West Coast. We are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work. We will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. And more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you. God bless America. And more importantly, God bless our victims. Well, good afternoon, my beautiful peeps here on YouTube as well as X. It is so nice to see you guys today. Robin, it's nice to see you. Millie Cat, Rebecca, Audrey, Green Jules, it's nice to have you. Miss Lee, mom of three, it's nice to have you with us, me and you. Big Mac Mike is in the house, followed by Crystal Pistol. You might want to watch out. Might want to watch out. Crystal got a pistol. Crystal is a pistol. Sam, it's nice to see you. Don, great to have you. Misty, Moonlight, nice to have you. We have our beautiful elf Fig up in the house. Ginny, it's nice to see you. Donna, is it Tanya? Did I say that right? I don't know. Or Tanja? I don't know. I think it's Tanya, right? Hopefully. Sorry if I butchered your name, Kimalia. It's nice to see you. Elizabeth, SSD is up in the house. Our beautiful Nani is up in our house, up in the house. Betty fan is up in the house. You missed our thing from this morning, or actually, I don't think you were in our crime stories, but I showed the plant. The plant's still alive. I don't know how. It hasn't produced any flowers yet, and the stems haven't really gotten up that far. I think I need to stick it outside just to get some sun. I think that'll help it because it's been in the window and I don't think it's getting a lot of sun on this side. Maybe I'll put it in the front window over here. Maybe that'll help. But it's still alive. So I showed it on that. So you're going to have to go over and watch it on the crime story side if you want to see how the plant's doing. Make you go watch that. No, I'm just joking. Lisa, it's nice to see you. 84 in Missouri. Well, that's got to be a lot better than what it is here. I don't know what it is here. I know it's hot. Actually, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's getting bad. I took the dog out and 91. It's 91 here in Bradenton. So it's nice to see you, Merle's mom. Carol, medical girl, it's nice to see you. Natalie, Jules is up in the house. It's nice to see you, my love. Chrissy, P&L, nice to see you. River, Jenna, Jenny, GDF. Sweet Misery's up in the house. Our beautiful Phil, Karen, Sammy's mom. It's nice to see you, Connie, Karen, Mullins Girl 5. Nice to see you, my love. Lynette, Tanya, Amber. It's nice to have you guys here. Elisa B. Always, God's Girl, Catherine, Michael. It's nice to see you as well, Wanda. Truth in Time, Peggy, I'm going to say one more, Shannon, Kat, Kelly, Monica, maybe a few more. Pink and Shannon. I thought that was never going to end. So I realized I was at the bottom. I figured I might as well shout out the rest of y'all. Renee, it's nice to see you. If you guys don't mind, why don't you go out, put a thumbs up, let us know, tell us your number, let us know where you're from and what the temperature is. It's hot. It's hot. Shoot, even Renee's reporting 90 in central Washington. Washington State's up there. So, if Washington's hot, the rest of us are definitely hot. Stacy, Jackie, it's nice to see you all. Paperman, hey, hey, hey. No, I got glasses all over the place. I just lost my favorite ones. I lost my red frames. And I've got plenty of glasses, but I lost my red frame glasses. I mean, those are my favorites. So I'm gonna have to buy some more red frames. And hopefully they're still in because I just bought them not too long ago. Heck, I've only been blind for less than a year. So they should be in all of my orders from Amazon and Walmart. We'll find out. We'll find 106. Geez, Louise, Mama lost. You about to lose like don't go outside. Good gracious, 100. Good gracious. Good gracious. That's just too darn hot. That's just too darn hot. 106 degrees, my word. Well, guys, we've been working on this case called Sebastian Rogers. If you don't know who I am, I'm Bullhorn Betty. And Sebastian Rogers is a 15-year-old boy. He's highly functioning autistic. So he has a few quirks, that he does over and over again. Things like, putting on his socks and shoes. And that's going to be very, very important when we're discussing this case, because the parents are basically saying that this kid that never ran away before, all of a sudden, now mind you, he's highly functioning, autistic boy. So they pretty much do the same thing over and over again, daily. And so if somebody's not accustomed to running away, the chances of them running away are very, very low. However, with a high functioning autistic boy, I'm learning that they're very smart, even though that their intellectual abilities are much younger. So they like to play with younger toys, like to hold their mother's hands, maybe when they're a lot older, it's just the way that it is. But it doesn't mean that they're not smart, book smart. And that's what it sounds like when it comes to Sebastian Rogers. So now that I know a little more about Sebastian Rogers, then we kind of can look at this case and say, okay, well, he's smart, but he's intellectually younger. He seems like he would at least plan for such an event, at minimum. He's smart enough to know to plan. So why would he leave the home without a jacket, without clothing, without food, without water, without a switch, without other necessary things? Why didn't he go into his mom's purse and steal all her cash out of her purse? Why would he just walk out of the house with no shoes and just disappear in the abyss? It just doesn't, that in and of itself, at first, when we heard it, many of us are familiar with autistic children, very ignorantly. Let's be honest. I was very ignorant to autism. I'm still very ignorant to autism. I'm learning a lot more, and I have a better understanding than I once did, but I'm still very ignorant when it comes to autism and all of the different things. And there's a lot that goes into it. But for me, I have to please check out. Oh, I did, Jill. It is, I can't remember who did it. Was it Bed Crime Stories? I think it was Bed Crime Stories that did it. And I did like her, but I feel like she says she's not in with the drama, but the last video I watched really enraged me because I felt like it was drama filled. It didn't have a whole lot of factual information. It just had rumors in it, which causes drama, So I was a little disappointed in that, but it doesn't sound like she really cares for my opinion. I don't think she's a Bullhorn Betty supporter. I think she likes the people that smoke pot and cuss a lot and beat up on good old dad because they want to make a profit off beating up good old dad. And then complain about good old dad trying to raise money to get more flyers and have the ability to search and get better equipment and pay for an attorney. And, it's just insane. These people are insane. But I digress. I did watch it. I thought it was very interesting. That was one of her good videos. I like a lot of her videos, but just here lately, she's too busy, taking up for her BFF and creating even more drama, in my opinion. Just for somebody that says, if you want to come here and not have all the drama, well, you created the drama because you sure pissed me off. You know, and got to be honest with you, it really is hard to tick me off because I really don't care what people say or do. You know, I really don't. But it's just like I have an expectation on a few of these channels, and they've always met my expectations. And then it's like everybody hit the stupid crazy train. I swear. I think that there's like this demonic force over this case that any decent or used to be decent, or maybe it's not a demonic, maybe it's a God-filled thing that just pulls the blinders off everybody's eyes and lets everybody see everybody for who they really are. I mean, it's one or the other. I don't know. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't figured it out yet. But the statistics are really sad. And yes, this is something that's more common percentage. I think maybe per capita for these children, because what was it? It was ridiculous, like 20% or something like that. Was it that high? I can't remember. But there was that was a good piece that was done, and it was very enlightening to say the least. And I'm pretty sure it was on Bed Crime Stories for those that would love to go see it. It was very enlightening. So, thank you, guys. Anyways, getting back to this case at hand, we've been talking about a lot of stuff when it comes to this case, and there has been things that have produced themselves that make us say, And so one of them is an SUV, and that SUV appears to be a lot of Cathy Bowersox. And so now all of a sudden she's trying to do damage control and trying to soften the blow, which basically tells me that law enforcement must have knocked on her door, because it seems like that when Chris started turning like this, it was when he was starting to get pressured not only from law enforcement, but also social media. So I have to think that these things are kind of pressuring the family, to say the least, So what do we have here? Hold on a second. I'm sick of the drama. I don't want to know who to watch anymore. But Betty, I miss watching good chats. I know we used to all have fun in all these chats and be on each other's channel. But I don't understand how people can attack an innocent father. I'm sorry. And I watched people take up for I'm sorry. I know, Trevor Lee has changed, y'all. And you guys have to understand the boy has changed. He is not the same boy that we had in the Summer Wells case. And everybody is still in love with that boy. Well, that is not who Trevor Lee is anymore. It just isn't. He got bit with a girl. Her name was Chloe. And next thing you know, he's 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Kind of funny how, little attention does to a man, right? He's not the same person. He did underhanded stuff. I watched him do it. Okay. I just don't go and you guys don't hear me talking about him. But the reason why I am is because I feel like a lot of the drama came by his notoriety and recognition on the Summer Wells case. And when I told you that I reached out to him and told him if he keeps hanging out with the people he's hanging out with, it's going to ruin his reputation. And lo and behold, I get a call from 2 other families in Tennessee with missing people. And believe it or not, they're shocked with Trevor Lee, don't want nothing to do with him. Want nothing to do with the boy. So again, I don't know what to say. I wish that a lot of this chaos and stuff would have settled down, but it all started with Trevor Lee. We cannot deny that. Everybody started attacking Seth because he didn't want any more to do with Chloe and Trevor Lee and their shenanigans. And you guys had no clue what it is, and I understand that, but you should trust the father. There's a reason why they broke down and why they separated. It was behind the scenes stuff that nobody knows about. I'm not going to sit here and throw dirty laundry and air out some grievances here. I'm just saying that people should have trusted the father, because no matter what, they did a hit on him after all that took place. And that was wrong. And that goes to show you exactly why this man separated from them. They were doing things that weren't right. I have a 15-year-old high functioning daughter. I think that's why some of us autism parents are so invested in this case. Oh, absolutely. That's every parent that I've talked to. That was one of the things is that this hit home to them, because, autistic parents understand how challenging, even though us normal people out here, that don't have, that have normal children and stuff like that, how ignorant we are to the challenges that autistic kids have, but more importantly, their parents trying to also, I mean, think about it, guys. For us that didn't know much about autism or ADHD or the spectrum or anything like that, we're just learning. Parents that have children and they find out this, they have to learn it like this. They don't get the opportunity of reaching out to, coming on a platform and reaching out and having hundreds of people write them and explain to them all the nuances that could go into autism, like I had the ability to do. They have to learn it. They know the challenges. They know the happy points and the lower points, and through all of that, all those challenges, they look at their child and want the best for their child and love their child and can't imagine ever hurting their child or ever doing anything with their child, or as a matter of fact, ever having life without their child. They love their children. And so when you hear of a mother and you see how callous she is, knowing she had an autistic and knowing the beauty that that autistic child brings in the parents' lives that I've spoken with, they just don't understand. But they do understand parents, and they do understand her behavior is not normal. And that's why so many autistic parents, you don't see a whole lot of autistic parents on pro KP and CP channels, because their story stinks to high heaven. And most parents know how, even though all their variety tics and issues are, they're different from person to person, but they know for a fact if a child puts on their shoes when they go out the door, that they know that that child's going to put on their shoes each and every time when they go out the door, because that they know that. And so that in and of itself alone is making parents that have autistic children automatically distance themselves from CP and KP and say something ain't right over here. At least that's how it was explained to me. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Amanda. Yes, I agree. I had only a few creators that I watched after unsubbing. So many in this case. People had respected in the past. I had respected in the past, even if I don't agree. I hate that BCS has gone sour. BCS, hate that BCS has gone sour. I don't know what BCS is. Sorry. I know it's probably something I should know. I feel like it's like I know it, but I'm just not. It's not clicking in my brain today for some reason. The world has been awful, but the past 4 years I have seen shit. Just I can't freaking believe. Yeah, well, I can tell you over the last, since this case, I've seen stuff that you would never have convinced me would ever happen. I can tell you that. You could never, if it was just 7 short months ago, you would have never paid me enough money to believe what happened. Oh my God, my 4-year-old old autistic son is a blessing, and I couldn't imagine my life. Exactly. And that's what I hear from a lot of parents, and parents that have struggles with, they had to, like, one set of parents that I don't want to say their name because I don't know if they spoke of their story, but I met with some people in Gallatin, and they were talking about their son, how much of and some of the challenges that they had too, especially with puberty. Their son was nonverbal. Doctors told them that their son was nonverbal. And he was able, through therapies and everything else, they just kept working with him. And by the grace of God, he is speaking. Now, I can't remember how well he's speaking, if he's, has the full vocabulary, but either way, he's speaking. And this is a nonverbal, and was told would never speak again. So, those parents really worked and went out of their way to give their son absolutely the best life possible. And it's just so sad, because no matter how many challenges they had through puberty, with his vocabulary, with trying to get him to talk, they love their child and they absolutely want the best for him. Oh yeah. I plan on cussing a lady out. Yes, that's correct. If you got a problem with it, that's your problem to have. I can go anywhere in this country and do whatever the hell I want to do as long as it's by lawful means. And if you don't like it, again, your problem, not mine. And I can say whatever I want as satire too. Baltimore, baby. Here, let me help you out with this. I don't really care for you. I don't care for your people, okay? You want to call me a bully because I defend myself and take up for myself against these assholes here on the streets like you? You're not even worth my time. If you were in front of me, I would give you a bird and cuss your ass out, right? Why don't you email me your real name? Love to know it. Cupcake. Love to know it. I can't believe this boy disappeared from the face of this earth. Well, that's not possible. It's impossible for him to disappear from the face of this earth. There will be something of him here. We need to find him, either him or something of him. He's still here somewhere. He is still here somewhere. Somebody got up Baltimore baby's butt. She didn't like the sit and spin comment. I'm sorry, that's funny. She's so pretentious and has to tell me about myself. She can't even control her own behavior. You're a fucking joke, girl. Good gracious. I'm gonna cry. Wah! Pretentious. It's my new word. Baltimore Betty didn't call Sebastian defective. She was saying, "Oh no, they all know. You know what? That fat little freaking twat on her channel played it, and I even said Katie thinks of her son as defective and looks at Faith as perfect." And they tried to twist it around because all they got to do is twist because they don't do a damn thing but smoke pot, crack, and everything else on their dime, on their subs' dime. So I could care less what they say about me. I'm not the one that's missing the child. The mom is. The one that thinks her child's defective. Bullhorn Betty doesn't think the child's defective. The mom does. You want to know how I know that? Because the mom ain't got the kid. It's pretty simple. Cupcake. Boo-boo. Get that shirt ready. And the reason why I say boo-boo all the time is because I got a puppy now, and I call her boo-boo. Okay? It just rolls off the tongue. And now it's there. It's going to be there for a while. Did y'all know 70% of dogs' immune system is in their gut? And most of ours is too. I think a lot of I don't know how much of ours. I don't pay that much attention. I just know I don't like chemicals as I'm drinking a Pepsi. Diet Pepsi at that. Here goes the chemicals. I don't know. I kind of like these chemicals. I need to drink more of natural. I got some natural next to it. And you can see this is further down. I just actually popped this top. It's still a full can. We're going to get through some emails in just a second, but I figured I'd chat with you guys just a little bit. You're so pure and innocent and good-hearted. I'm not pure and innocent, but I am good-hearted. That's for sure. I'm also wondering about the rumors that someone's staying at Casey's house. Yeah, we kind of confirmed that, Nola's mom. Remember when I was going around and I'm like, Katie's got a new car, and I drove by her house and I'm like, there it is. Well, come to find out, that was her friend Lori's vehicle, and it sounds like she is still driving her vehicle, even though I've never seen a picture of her vehicle since the last time it was at the the RV, the camper. And when I went by their house, her car wasn't there, just that dark colored SUV, which I think is Lori's. So she's either parking her car into the garage, or she did get rid of it and does not want anybody knowing what she's now driving. So I really don't know, to be honest with you. Doesn't those light bulbs get replaced when the Proudfoot's got a security system? I don't know. We know that they got cameras up. It's funny that they got cameras up for the big bad YouTubers, but didn't have cameras up for their sweet medically needy son. like their son was medically needy. They'll put him up for themselves, but not for him. You know, that is a theme, right? Just like they had dogs for themselves, but he couldn't have animals. You know, it seems awfully, they seem very selfish people. They didn't seem like they really cared for Sebastian. And we definitely know Chris hated Sebastian. Let's remove the idea that he actually gives a crap about this boy. We've heard how he talks to this boy. We heard how much he despises this boy. We heard what he says about this boy. We know how he feels about Sebastian. He did not like Sebastian. He wanted Sebastian as far away from his home as possible. And just so happens he hasn't been back since. Wow. Wow. That's pretty convenient. Lots of convenience here for a bunch of selfish people. Just saying. Just saying. I do trust Seth. I do. The man is out there searching for his son. Like he is like really, really searching. The man's just fresh off an operating table. Y'all. You know? Fresh off an operating table. First thing he does when he's able to pretty much move and breathe is get out there looking for his son again. Like, I don't even want to hear these animals on these streets saying anything about this father. Half of these people wouldn't even give a rat's ass about their own damn child, let alone somebody else's. It's a money grab. It's a money grab. If you really want to know about it, I don't really talk about money because everybody on this platform is making money, and I think it's highly offensive that one creator that's capitalizing off a case can tell another creator they can't capitalize. That's stupid. It's stupid. And then to have a content creator saying, oh, they're allowed to make money off a case, but a father trying to raise funds for bands, for flyers, for stuff like that, somehow is grifting off his son. Well, what the hell do you call what you're doing? Dumb-dumb? Dumb-dumb and dumb-dummette? Jeez Louisa, you know? I get so sick of it. You're talking about a man that literally got a car and a camper from his subscribers that he doesn't use, right? He still sits in his freaking basement, doesn't use. And sits and has the audacity to say that a father shouldn't be raising money for his unending expenses. It is absolutely the most hypocritical, disgusting, low-life, trailer trash thing that I have ever heard in my life. Just saying. Trying to keep it drama-free. I need my buttons. Let me get my buttons. I think it's button time. Everybody's like the way I am when I get my bullhorn. It's like, uh-oh, she's going to get the buttons. She's going to get the buttons. Everybody's, it's serious now. It's getting thick up in here. It's getting thick.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
I'm just saying. I pulled out the buttons. Just saying. I'm not even going to delete that. That is absolutely allowed in this chat room today. After that lady talking about my lady parts when hers are about as you can't even see them. Lift a few of those rolls up, boo-boo, so you can see what you got down there. I bet you it's disgusting, probably full of cobwebs. Nah, I don't even think that boy got anything going on for him. But hey, I just need
Hey, could you do me a favor and shut up?
All right, now getting on to that was our commentary. I think we need to get back on track before we go off the reservation. You still hear SPET teacher offensive with the offensive messages. You can go back to your channel. Betty needs to say all she's doing to keep it real for us. Is SPET, did I upset SPED teacher? I don't think I upset her. She's been here for a while. She's heard all the conversations here. She's heard all the conversations here. And at the end of the day, I don't think, I can't even find it. Did SPED teacher say something to say? Hold on here. I don't think so. Can't see it if she did. It's me, Jen. How are you doing? Yeah, SPE teacher's right here. Who's being mean to her? I'm trying to go through. You guys write a lot. I'm old and my vision sucks. Well, I don't see it. I don't see it. Have you heard they had their house professionally cleaned? Yes, I did hear that. I did hear that. Yeah, I don't see anything. Did somebody say something about SPED teacher? I was gonna say, don't be mean to her. Don't be mean. Yeah, no yeah, that's what needs to happen right there is she needs to come clean. I think I think two people know the most. I think everybody else in their family knows a little bit about a little, enough to keep their mouth shut. They know something deep is going on in this particular situation. Do you have proof besides KP and CP and KP not looking for their son that they are responsible for their disappearance? Yes, Sonia, I do. Explain to me why their child's not on any video camera. Explain to me while there's rumors going around that KP was at his work at 5:15 when we know damn well he was not. There's a lot going on here. How about how about the lights that came from their house to a car, an unidentified car? Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. How about the silhouette sitting in the front of their house after everything goes dark? There is a lot, and it really upsets me because I literally have 181 videos on this case outlining everything they have done, including running away during search efforts. During search efforts, shopping for a motorcycle during search efforts. How about not looking for them, not even raising funds, sitting here pointing the finger at nobody outside of him running away from home? Why? Because they didn't want their house forensically tested. Why? Because there's biological material in there that will tell us exactly what happened to that boy. I believe that boy had something happen to that boy in his room or in that living room. Some people believe it was in the garage. It's very upsetting that we are 5 months here and you can't figure out who to blame here. This child went to bed in a locked home. This is all their information from the parents. Like, we've literally gone over every single statement of the parents. Do you know the parents even acknowledge that this boy would never leave the home without shoes? Miss Cruz? Like, all the parents have admitted throughout their interviews that Sebastian never leaves the house without his shoes and socks on. Did you know that? Did you know that they don't normally have 3-hour conversations, but just this night they did? Don't you find it funny that Cathy Bowersox's car fits a vehicle seen in the area like a glove? Do you honestly think I'm pointing the finger at them because they didn't post a few signs? You understand I did go down there and meet with a lot of people and then post signs afterwards, right? That I actually talked belly to belly with people, even though I haven't talked to you guys about that, but everybody knows I did, right? This is not my first rodeo, Miss Cruz. I can tell you that. I can tell you that I have a great batting average on this channel, and it's because I work with facts and I'm able to speculate on those facts and start looking for information from those speculations, real information. And I've also put a catalyst out there that if I can find out this information, I am 100% sure law enforcement already has it and they're already apprised of it. And I can tell you everything that I get that I don't think that they're apprised of, they get. But I do appreciate you asking a snarky question. Do you have proof besides? I would say go look at the 180 videos. maybe open your ears, maybe learn a little bit of law, maybe learn about, circumstantial evidence, learn about hearsay, learn about firsthand accounts, learn about procedure, law enforcement procedure. That would be my first help, my first suggestion to you if you're asking this, because in all fairness, it's a pretty, I'll leave it at that. I think I've said enough. Chris said in an interview that if there was a stranger to pick up Sebastian, the neighbor's camera would capture it. Yes, that is exactly what was said. Let me open this up just a little bit. And we'll pull that right up. So maybe Ms. Cruz can hear Chris's own words, because it's kind of funny that he knows that these cameras exist. He knows that these cameras will pick up this footage, but for whatever reason, we know that Sebastian's not on any of the footage. So maybe in all fairness, maybe Miss Cruz is new to this case. So let's give her some information, some more corroborating information that supports my position, and definitely supports my position a lot better than, why can't I ever find my stupid playlists on here? It's so annoying. I don't want freaking music. I want my stupid playlist. Why can't you find your playlist on? There they are. Okay. Let's go to my playlist here. Oh, I got to take that. I can't stand Brooks's voice. Like, she drives me up a wall. Let's see here. Here it is. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Hold on. All right. Let's go ahead and put this up on the big screen. Nice to see you all, by the way. Hopefully the audio and visual is doing well now. Because I tried to do some things. I don't know if it's going to work better or not, but it looks like at least the image is coming in clearer, which was one of the main things that I wanted to focus on, is getting my image cleared up, because on the MacBook Pro, it's only a 720p camera in a $2,500 computer. When I looked at the camera, I thought it was the system. And then I realized, even when I paid the $45, it wasn't clearing up the image, because the camera on a MacBook Pro is 720p. I thought that was, I can't. I hate MacBook. I hate Apple. I'm converting, as you guys can tell. All right, here is the information.
And not only that, but if somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Based on, something would have been visible, because one of the lights is still visible from that Ring camera from across the street.
Yeah.
Right? So, Miss Cruz, this is the issue that I have, is that if somebody can be seen and they know that it can be captured on that camera, right? So we have the camera footage that if he would have walked out of the house, I mean, you just heard Chris, and I'm happy to play it again. But you heard Chris. If somebody was at that door, you wouldn't see like make it out, but you would see a figure or a shadow, a hazy figure there that wouldn't be able to make out. The problem here is they're adamant that this child walked out that very front door that he's making this statement about, yet law enforcement does not have any type of footage of that door opening or anybody walking out of it. As a matter of fact, the footage that they do have in their possession, custody, and control shows this light phenomenon going on in Sebastian's room from 9:30 or 9 o'clock to about 11:30. The lights come on, the lights go off, the lights come on, the lights go off at 11:30. Then they see a figure, and he was right because they do pick up figures walking from what appears to be around the like the way his bedroom is. It's up at the front, and then you walk into the living room, and then you walk back to their bedroom. So this camera actually picks up them someone walking through the house to the back, turning off the lights, and the next thing you know, all the lights in the house go off. And then a few moments later, there is a silhouette in the front window looking out. Okay, that's a little creepy. And that was hours before. That was hours before the lights started going out the house into an unmarked vehicle, an unknown vehicle. These are all facts and can be corroborated very, very easily. Let's keep going. I'll go back in here and look at some more information. We've got it. I definitely got it. I've got a lot. We've got a lot of stuff compiled in these cases. Give me just a second. We'll keep, come on. Here we go. So don't think that this is just because two people won't. I mean, for you to even make that statement here on the, as much as I work my butt off to bring this stuff to you guys, for you, Sonia, to be in here saying, is it just because of them not posting? You know darn well it's not from just, you've heard the complaints. You've been around the block a time or two. Get on with that nonsense. Like, you know exactly what this is about. And this has literally zilch to do with them failing to search. That's only one component of it. One component of it. I'm gonna have to take, Brooke has got to come. I wish they would let us move these things at different orders. Oh, we can. I can't stand that lady's voice. I do not want to hear it first thing. Let's see what else we have. Oh, yeah. And let's not forget the lights. Profile missing case, endangered person. Hold on. I'm going to find you guys something here. Where is it? Here it is.
Shift in the case of Sebastian Rogers, the missing autistic 15-year-old. It's a case we have followed closely since he disappeared.
We care what happens next, just like you. And now, 1 week after Sebastian vanished from his Sumner County home, authorities are scaling back the search effort, and they are now calling it an investigation.
Nick Barris shares the latest details, and we also hear for the first time publicly today from the missing teen's mother and stepfather.
The original thinking was that Sebastian Rogers left home on his own, but the fact that he disappeared without a trace now has authorities looking into the very real possibility of foul play.
Yeah, this is not, I got the wrong one. Hold on, let me go back. It's the one with the lights.
This is a lot.
Yeah, this is.
Hold on. Let me go into this.
So
there we go.
this is a lot.
Let me go into this. Where is the one? I think this is this it? No, that's True Crime Stories. Bed Crime Stories had one, and I thought I saved it. I'm pretty sure I did. One unavailable video is hidden. Okay, so I've got one that's hidden. But here's one right here that will tell you
Chris
guys.
Proudfoot's story absolutely makes sense. Now, he also explained to me from a satellite.
Now, I'm going to be playing this for you, but just give me just a second, because I want to tell you guys right now that this particular, they follow the path of the lights. The light source that Nick Barris released, and I'll get guidance's stuff pulled up here in just a second. I think that'll be the best way to analyze this. But this right here is the path that the dogs took. And when you look at this path that the dogs took, and you look at those light sources, you know darn well that these dogs were on a track. They were on a trail. They followed that light source almost verbatim that we saw from Nick Barris. And then they tried to turn around and tell us that it was a false hit when a dog decides to jump into a water and the handler says that they have never seen their dog act like that before. So what were they looking for? What was it? How do you know how they feel about Sebastian? You don't, you know what, I'm done with you. You're an asshole. We don't need your shit here. Go to your hate channels. Don't ever come back to this channel. Have a good day. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time with an idiot. And if you don't like it, or if my actions offend you, then please leave. Okay? There's an unsubscribe button there. I don't care about my clicks and the views. So please unsubscribe at will. I don't need you here. We're here to talk about Sebastian, not your feelings. Okay? The bottom line is why are you, you know what, Miss Cruz, let me ask you this. So you're already blocked, so you're not going to be able to answer this. Why do you think you can tell somebody, and this is for everybody listening, everybody in the back, everybody in the bushes, everybody that wants to clip and do all this stuff for content and shit like that. Let me make it clear for you. Why do you think it's okay for you to speculate that they do have feelings, but it's not okay for us to speculate that they don't? How do you know that this woman gives a shit about her kid? How do you know? Let me ask like that. How in the world do you know that this woman gives a crap about her kid? She hasn't looked for him. She hasn't cried for him. She's done nothing, and I mean nothing at all, to try to find or locate her son. But we still have idiots that are on these platforms that said, oh, well, how do we know she doesn't care? Well, because actions speak louder than the darn words. That's why. Her actions show she doesn't care for her son. I'm not making it up. I'm not saying that she doesn't care. I'm basing my opinion on her actions. That's why I believe that woman doesn't care. That's why I believe that woman thinks her child was defective. That's why. Because her mother, his mother, is the one's actions I was looking at. You guys know I'm a behaviors person. So I don't listen to words. You get it? I listen and watch their behavior. Their behavior is atrocious and does not bode with parents that give a crap about their child. Get it? Doesn't take rocket science, but it does take some brain cells. Maybe lay off the pot, lady. Just saying. For the rest of you that need pot, not to be an asshole, light them up if you got one. Where is it?
That's what she said.
But you know, that's why. That's why. I'm not going to sit here and keep justifying with a bunch of idiots. Why do you feel that what has she done to earn the right to say she gives a crap about her son? She's done nothing. And Miss Cruz, you are a mother. And I guarantee your behavior would be much different than Miss Proudfoot's. And it's quite offensive and disgusting to me that you, as a mother, are not completely appalled by Katie's behavior. Have I made myself clear enough, folks? If I made myself clear, can you please raise your hand in the chat? Don't get under my skin. I got a mad dog face that'll haunt you in your sleep. Let me be crystal clear about how I feel. Told you the buttons are real. You guys made me get the buttons out. Somebody in trouble. Somebody in trouble. All right, let's get on with this. Let's we had a little fun with them. Now it's time to get back to business. So we're right here. This is the track, and we're going to go back. While this is running, I'm going to miss some stuff because while it is running, I am going to be finding the video from guy
over again.
here with
And when you start seeing people trying to do overlays as if the lights are from a satellite, you know they've jumped the shark. Okay. There is no doubt that it was taken right here at this house. So then you know it's facing that direction. And Chris Proudfoot's story absolutely makes sense. Now, he also explained to me the route that the dog took when it had a scent. So I'll put that in here as well. So he said that
sorry, guys.
out the front door, it scented Sebastian. And then the dog scented around the house like this. And then back over here where it came out, the dog came out on, I think it's called Kellen Lane. So it kind of came right in front of that same house that had the fixed light on it. And then he apparently walked this direction. And then right up here on Devon Court, took a right. And then went down this Parkenham Drive. Now, the thing is all this is way more developed at this point because this is a year ago, 4/14/2023. And I think you could actually walk straight through like that.
And you can. This is where that big dumpster was. And I can tell, or that big piece of equipment. And I talked to several people, and they said that equipment was not there that weekend that Sebastian disappeared, that this was an actual cut through for the back of that neighborhood that went out to, I guess, whatever that road is out there. So it sounds like other residents were actually using this this path. Okay. So now I want to come over here because I believe Miss Cruz is probably still fuming and still steaming at the fact that how rude I was to her rude ass. So I want to make sure that I give her all the receipts necessary to show her how wrong she is. Just saying. Lots of stuff going on the outside of a house with a missing boy and light phenomenons going back to the house. And I had some idiot telling me it's phenomenon and you're saying phenomenons as plural. And I said, if you ever give me just get the hell out of here with the grammar. Okay. This is 2024 where kids use emojis to communicate. I don't give a rat's ass if you like the way I talk or not. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Again, not really having it we're here for Sebastian Rogers, not a grammar test. And if anybody has a problem with my grammar, and it's so much that you feel that you have the right to reach out to me, you're probably not going to like the response I give you. And it could probably be a little rough. I had somebody saying, I was your biggest supporter. I'm like, I don't even recognize your name for being my biggest supporter. Okay. Cupcake. Let's see. Here we go, guys. This is the overlay. This is the light phenomenons. You'll see the light phenomenons kind of up in this area here. There it is, right there, moving along. Right here, moving along.
You see subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before that light source is covered or obscured by bushes. Subject 1, a few seconds later, then moves out of frame. Then subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. More time later, and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area.
Wanda, you're being blocked, and you know why you're being blocked. All right, so there you guys have it. There you guys have it. So you saw those movements, okay? And when you go to gray hues, guess what? Those are the movements. Let me get that. Look at that. Oh, might go forward just a little bit. There we go. This is the movements of whatever left their house, the Proudfoot's home. This was the movements right here. These are the reasons why I think Chris and Katie Proudfoot have a lot of explaining to do. There's a lot of compiled information. Not only that, Miss Cruz, but I actually went out there and I even got more information that I have shared with the family. And I've shared with you guys. There's no possibility of this man being at his job at 5:15 in the morning. I don't know where that wannabe PI Chloe got that information from. But it sounds like some idiot probably just drove by there, saw it was open at 5:15 and just assumed he could get on the job at 5:15 and he was there. Different jobs start at different times on that construction site. And the one thing is that the crane operators are not there. It's very highly unlikely for any crane operator to be on the job that early from what I was told. And not only that, but if somebody was there and started climbing up, because they have to climb, okay? It's not like this is a secret way up to the top of that crane to get in that crane. You have to climb. So if somebody actually saw somebody climbing up the crane, they would be wondering what the hell the crane operator's doing at that time of morning, and everybody would be talking about it. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. That's probably his HIPAA violation. We got a lot of HIPAA violations going on around here. Security violations, not wanting to talk violations, not wanting to tell us what he did with a boy violations. That man's got a lot of violations. So entitled. He's such a narcissist. They're so manipulative. Hey, Juana, you can study the case first to find out for yourself. It's been entirely investigated. That was a troll. That's all that was. Don't engage in that. I can tell the difference between a troll and just an a-hole. Cruz is an a-hole. Juana is a troll. She's not going to do anything either. She knows where Sebastian is. They're not looking. They're not doing nothing. They're not doing anything. You know what they did? They ran away like cowards. Chris calls Seth and says, "Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Your son's missing." What? Don't be mad. Your son's missing? Like, Seth, I just want you to, brace yourself. Nothing's set in stone yet. That's what I would expect. Not, don't be mad. Your son's gone. It's like, dude. And then he gets there and they're talking about vacations and jewelry. Katie ain't acting right. Lordy, I love these people that don't know this family. I love the fact that these people that don't know this family love to be very creative and fantasize that these people are better than they are, instead of just looking at factual information. Do you know how bad these people are? These people are so bad and so horrible. They don't even have friends. People don't like them. They're not the most popular people in the world. There's something wrong with the both of them. And now, to boot, they got a missing child. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And people would rather think that these people are good instead of saying, they had a locked house, a boy's not on video leaving the house, he's got autism and he always puts his shoes on, but his shoes were left behind. Does it really take rocket science to figure out that he didn't walk out of this house by himself or willingly? Because if he willingly, everybody kept saying, what if he was coached out of the house? What if he was coached out of the house? And I understand that, right? But if he was coached out of the house, guess what he would have done? He would have sat down and put his shoes on. Any other scenario, Any scenario you throw out there, he would have sat down and put his shoes on. That's what people aren't getting. That's what's not getting into some of these people's head. This boy was adamant about putting his shoes on. He is an autistic boy, and if he didn't have his shoes, it could trigger a meltdown. That's what people aren't getting. That's why those shoes are so important. That's why I said those shoes, in my opinion, were their fatal flaw. Those shoes are everything in this case. The fact that they weren't on his feet is everything in this case. It has nothing to do with the fact that they weren't out putting up flyers. That contributes to it. Their behavior of literally going out to barbecue the same day people are calling him and asking and begging them to help. And they say, oh, well, law enforcement told us we can't leave the house. So you can't leave the house to go look for your son, but you can leave the house to go sit down and eat? And then when people called them out on that, they pack up their camper and run away like cowards. Who does that? Raise your hand if your child ran away from home. Let's just say ran away, right? I don't believe this boy ran away at all. But you know what? I may not be right. So let's play devil's advocate. How many people in this house, if their child ran away from home, would pack up a camper and leave to go to a place 3.5 hours away? I mean, if you would do that, be honest. I don't know if you like my response, but I'll be nice if you're honest. I'll be nice if you're honest. But if you would do that, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you do that. Or 1 and a 2. Whether you do 1, you do that. 2, you would never in your life leave a house where your child just went missing from or ran away from. They were adamant that this child has never ran away before, yet they didn't even stick around for him to come back. Why do you think that is? Please don't encourage the trolls. The mods and BHB will take care of it. Yes, please don't encourage the trolls. If I talk to them, it's for me to do. Just remember that don't be a dick. That means for our regulars in here too. Even when somebody's being a dick, it doesn't give you a right to be a dick. The rule is don't be a dick. It's for everybody across the board. Now, I'm Bullhorn Betty, so if I want to be a dick, I'm going to be a dick. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, that is the rules of these chats. Okay, do as I say, not as I do. Why does this kind of thing to your own child? I'm praying for Seth and Sebastian. We need to pray for Seth. I get so worried because he is fresh out of surgery. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I worry. I just worry. CP not even pretending to be other people on YouTube. Yeah, he's not even pretending anymore. He just doesn't give a crap. They don't care how horrible they look, how all of them look. Oh, and then that gets back to the whole reason for this this live. So while I'm going to go into that, give me just a few moments because we've got some emails that I want to. Okay, there we go. That I want to get to. This is interesting. This is ultra interesting here. So we have right now a few emails that are coming in. And remember how we talked about it yesterday about Cathy Bowersox and her damage control, right? Now all of a sudden she's not getting to Katie's house until after 10:30 that morning, which is we all know is untrue. It's untrue. And so one of her comments when they asked, was her car spotted outside of, on Stafford? And she just simply says, what did she say? No. But in another comment, I believe she said that according to, that's right. In another comment, oh no, the no was for Warsham's, was her shoes of the Warsham's. But there was another comment or another a question asked to her that basically said, was your car seen in the area? And she says, according to the camera in my driveway and neighboring cameras, it was not. What does that mean? Because one of our subscribers let me know, wait a minute, she can't prove her car didn't move. The cameras wouldn't turn on unless something was moved or turned on. On the cameras, in her opinion. And not only that, but Cathy does not have. I don't think she has cameras on that angle. I heard that they saw my car or a car matching my. I drove by their house twice. Once just to look at the area, and two on a live. Obviously didn't stop, just drove you guys around. So there is a path all the way like to the side of their house. We saw it that goes all the way back. You follow those power lines. Those power lines go to another road. Those power lines go to another road. So I don't believe her. And not only that, but she can produce those. And you know how she could produce those, y'all? If somebody else passed her house, why can't you see her vehicle? Right? I'm pretty sure there are some cameras out there, but I don't know how good of a job Gallatin Police Department did in collecting footage. And I darn sure don't know how well Sumner County has done collecting footage or doing anything else, quite frankly. Everybody keeps telling me that they're turning over every rock and every stone and everything that they can to find this boy. And my question is, if they haven't done forensics in that home, in his home, then no, they have not. And I'm sick and tired of hearing people say that. We don't give attaboys to police just because they're police. I'm a back the blue person, but in these cases, I find a lot of mistakes. And the problem I have with the mistakes being had is that nobody wants to own up to them or pony up to them. Why? Because it creates liability for them. So they just deny. Welcome to our American political system where everybody can just lie to their bosses. We are the bosses. We are Eric Craddock's boss. And we are his boss's boss. We have a right to hire and fire, and it's an election season, and I expect you guys to do just that. Hire and fire these people. I said from the very beginning, it is ultra crucial to have a public relations with the public in a case this size. They have chose not to do that, and they haven't done squat in this case. And I don't give a rat's ass what Nick Barris says anymore. Because you know what? At the end of the day, he refuses to ask the questions that need to be asked. Are forensics done? Yes or no? We need to know whether forensics have been done in that house, because I find out that they are not done, which we already know that they are not. This is going to be problematic for me and many other people that know the guidelines that guide them on cases like this, and they're failing to follow them. That's not turning over every rock or every stone, in my opinion. I'm just saying. Take it for what you will. Take it for what you will. I hope they are arrested soon. This one says, Bowersox do not have exterior cameras, but they have cameras inside that look out the front of their house. I believe it to be true because they showed your car driving. Where did they show my car driving by? I'd like that footage. I'd like that link. I'd like to see that. And I'd like to know the timestamp, because I'd like to know when Terry decided to hunt me down. To hunt me down and stalk me. I drove by their house. He literally got in his car and tried to stalk me and intimidate me. Bad move, buddy. Bad move. Chris uses 2 sentences. Oh, this is going to blow your mind, guys. Woo! Are you guys ready? Is everybody sitting down for this one? Is everybody sitting down for this one? You guys, this is going to blow your mind. I would rather leave the house to search, period. Absolutely. They've done nothing. They've done nothing. They're sick. Said they took pictures at his house. I would guess they did minimal they didn't do any forensics. They didn't do any forensics. Are they too cheap? And you know what? I'm going to throw this out here. So somebody clip this and send this to Nick Barris and send it to Eric Craddock. If the county of Sumner is too broke to pull out the testing equipments or pay their officers to go over there and do forensic testing, we will raise the money to pay them to do it. If they need money, let us partner with you and get you the resources you need, because clearly Tennessee is failing all over the place. And I'm not going to sit here on my platform and get an attaboy when I absolutely do not believe it. But we will fund it if we need to. We just need somebody to tell us where to send the money. Where to send the money. You guys can't afford testing equipment. You can't afford forensic officers on your team to do their job. We'll fund them. I guarantee this true crime community can raise some funds. Believe that. We will fund them. Tell us, find out what it costs. We will get them the money. Just get their job. Just get it scheduled. Get it scheduled. This is going to blow your mind. I didn't even think about this because this is a movie that I do not watch. Okay, y'all? I do not watch it. Chris uses 2-sentence structures continuously. You guys are going to have to sit down for this. You guys are going to have to sit down for this. I'm telling you, you're going to want to sit down. You're going to want to sit down. Let me be crystal clear. And for the purpose of transparency, let me be crystal clear for the purpose of transparency. And a bunch of and variations of such. I had training, this is the person, this is what they wrote. I have training in statement and word recognition. With that, I was trying to understand where he picked up such verbiage. The 2 sentences are not commonly used. They're not. Lo and behold, I was watching a series called Dexter on Netflix. Get your pencils and papers out. Do your homework because I'm going to give you some information so you can check it out for yourself. Where is it? Dexter on Netflix. It's been out for several years now. The main character is a serial killer. The character uses these statements throughout the series. For example, season 4, episode 2. From the 14-minute, 13-second mark through the 16-second mark, I understand. She says 413-13-6. So I don't know what all that means, but I'm thinking that those are the places. Most importantly, the serial killer, once dead, the serial killer's MO, once dead, to get rid of the victim's body, he cuts them up and puts them in garbage bags and weighs the bags down with rocks and takes them out on a boat and throws them into water. Told you guys might want to sit down for this. I'm not saying it's true. It's based upon, but you know what? If he's got the language, he'd probably watch the show. And we've been talking about, how to handle a package. I talked to, military people on how they would handle a package. And that's kind of, in all fairness, for those that reached out to me, you guys know that is pretty close. Jen, who's being disrespectful? Guys, I will tell you that it is a privilege to be in my chat. For anybody that's new to this chat, it is absolutely a privilege to be here. If you do not, and I will put this on straight members only, and people will pay to communicate. Believe that. So if your issue is with me making money, what you're doing is probably the worst thing you can do. So let me be very, very upfront with you. We have a 0 tolerance policy in here. Once you're blocked, I do not unblock you. Okay, unless it's a mistake, obviously. So if you guys would like to be here, you're more than welcome to communicate in chat. But if you think you're going to argue back and forth in my chat, you got the wrong thing going. I will block everybody. I really don't care. You guys are going to come here to watch me anyways, right? So it doesn't matter whether you guys can talk or not. There's one rule of this chat. If you do not follow it, you do not need to be here. We expect to have adults here. And if you can't adult today, we don't want you here. We're going to boot you out and send you to a babysitter. I don't know, boss. It's been going on since I've been on these streets. They do it because they like to manipulate people for profit. Okay. That's the only thing I can come up with, to be honest with you. That's the only thing I can come up with. Please don't block. Please don't block me. I'm always pleasant. If you're pleasant, I have nothing to worry about. Well, I shouldn't say that because there was a few people that accidentally got booted, but it was by accident. But we unblocked them all. At least I hope we got them all. I hope we got them all. So there is that. I remember this one lady, she used to always reach out to me. My account's blocked, and it would come in from the same account. It's like, wait a minute. I've unblocked you like 3 times. No, I'm not planning on unblocking you again because I don't think my mods would make that big of an issue. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was weird. And I'm like, and I kept recognizing, because there wasn't like too many people that reached out to me to unblock, and I could recognize the name over and over again. And I'm like, wait a minute, I just unblocked you. How are you blocked again? No, I'm not unblocking you until I find out what happened. Because you don't get blocked that much on here. When you're blocked, you're blocked. So if she got unblocked and then got reblocked again, that was my first clue. And then I unblocked her again, but by the 3rd time, I'm like, no, you're done. I'm not unblocking you. Like, you pulled the wool over my eyes twice. You had an opportunity to do it right, and you still came in here and got blocked again. How you get blocked 3? Oh, because I unblock. Because if they if somebody reaches out to me and stuff like that, and I can see that it could have potentially been an accident. If somebody's blocked and it was a total accident, then I'll unblock them. And so I unblocked them. I unblocked this what I believed was a woman like 2 times. By the 3rd time, I'm like, yeah, nope, ain't happening. So, and then right after December, when I got this account back, I pretty much unblocked everybody because I figured would see, who all, I wanted to open it back up because there was a lot of drama created by a content creator that I'm suing. And so I decided to open it up. And then, of course, there were some that came in here. So we've already got our block already up to 300 and some odd people, And it's like, we'll keep going. I don't really care how big that block list goes. I mean, I can't believe that you got adults acting like this. It's insane. And they're trying to say, oh my God, Bullhorn Betty has lost her stuff. No, I haven't lost my stuff. I'm just over the BS. It's pretty simple. I'm a simple person. I don't like crap. And I don't like liars. And I don't like people that steal and manipulate and con. And that's what these channels do. $70,000 worth of a con. Because a bitch can't shut her fucking pie hole. And I'm still working on the paperwork right now as we speak because the lady can't shut her effing pie hole. She wants to be a bully to everybody. And then she wants to hide behind an attorney because she doesn't want to be held accountable for her actions. Because she's an asshole. A big, fat, disgusting, lazy asshole. And I hope she clips that and sends it to her piece of shit attorney. Maybe finally they can actually work up some sanctions for me. Freaking cocksucker. I just got here. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Nothing. We're kind of over everything that I was just reading. So we were talking about Dexter and I got serial killer vibes. The serial killer rubbed off on me. Better be careful. Oh, that what is that from? That's from, what's that movie? Psycho. Oh, good gracious. We have too much fun on here. I have to pay their bills, right? I have to pay their bills. They're going to act so offended. Oh my God. Can you believe what Betty said? It's such a, that is so fake. That is so fake. At least you guys get the real over here, not this fake, outrage. Oh, You know, I wonder, you know, you don't even have to worry about them having to try to act with facial expressions because they don't ever show their face because they're cowards, right? They like to hide. They like to make you think there's some. If you actually saw the people that were behind this screen and saw how disgusting they are, and as soon as you look in their eyes and see how twisted they are and know that they are so uneducated, I guarantee that's why they hide behind those emojis, because if people actually saw them, nobody would ever take them seriously. They would never take them seriously. Nobody wants somebody that is on here that's not only disgusting in appearance, but disgusting in black heart. Nobody would watch these people if they showed their face. Nobody. When you find out half of these people are toothless, no offense, right? But hey, I mean, no, you guys are on here. I have friends that are toothless, like, right? My best friend had cancer of the mouth. Her top teeth are all gone. So I'm saying that I got room to talk here. But when you see that these people are toothless and have no common sense and look like they're straight from the 8 Mile, you would probably not have much to do with them. But not knowing that, not seeing how disgusting they are, how disgusting they live their life. How many people bet the reason why they won't turn that camera on is because their house is probably filled with a bunch of urine, feces, dirt, filth? What you bet? What you bet these old hefty girls probably don't even want to clean their own house. And they just don't want you to see that they let their dogs urinate and poop everywhere. What you bet? I bet you their houses stink to high heaven too. My house smells like a coffee house. A coffee house. I bet you they're stanky with their non-clean asses. Probably disgusting. I'm serious. Nobody that looks that horrible takes care of their house. They can't take care of themselves. They ain't taking care of their house. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a slob, but I ain't a dirty slob. Now, I wanted to show you guys this because, let me see, can I get this on? No, it's going to make me do. I don't want to stop sharing my, oh, I got to do that. There we go. Oh, there we go. This is somebody sent this to me, and these are missing people. These are missing people, I think in Georgia. Yeah, Georgia. These are the Georgia missing people. It is a list. It was really concise. It's easy to put up here and see a lot of different ones without them. So I'm just going to shout each one of these missing people out by name and just give you guys the information that is on this list, just to advocate for them, since it's very simple to do. We got Summer Lane missing June 9th, 2024, missing from Covington, Georgia, age 15, Destiny Boone. June 2nd, 2024, from Riverdale, Georgia, 17, Brianna Osborne, missing since May 30th, 2024, from Covington, Georgia, 17. Victoria Richard, May 30th, 2024, Stone Mountain, Georgia, 17. Shia Earls, I don't know if I'm probably butchering her name. Missing May 29th, 2024, from Claxton, Georgia, 17. Maria Gomez Perez, May 29th, 2024, from Gainesville, Georgia, 12. Makari Hampton, May 27th, 2024, from Hiram, Georgia, 15. Jada Washington, missing May 24th, 2024, from Hefziblah, Georgia, now 15. Anisha McLean, I might be butchering that name, sorry. May 24th, 2024, from Hefziblah, Georgia. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's almost too hard for me to read that. 16. Genesis Holly, May 24th, 2024, Atlanta, Georgia, 17. Mackenzie Baker, May 22nd, 2024, Atlanta, Georgia, age 16. Brody Burton, May 20th, 2024, from Flowery Branch, Georgia, 16. Noel Tapia, May 20th, 24, missing, Decula, Georgia, 14. Delrick Moss, May 17th, 2024, from Noonan, Georgia. This ban is over this person's name. I'm sorry, I can't even read that name. I don't know what that name says. And then we have Preston Looney, May 11th, 2024, from Brunswick, Georgia, 17. There's a lot of 17-year-olds. Lots of 17-year-olds that seem to be missing. That's a little strange. Those ages are a little odd to me, but it might have to do with, they're almost 18. They want to blow this popsicle stand, get out. But whenever we do have an opportunity to advocate for missing people, I just want to put them up on the screen as always. And this is some good information too. And then we'll close out our show for this afternoon. I won't put it up here. I'll just read what it says. And it says, Betty, you can verify all of this with Google search. This is the title of the email that was sent to me. It says, fact, because of the automobile exception to the Fourth Amendment, police are allowed to search cars remotely without a warrant on the basis that the driver could get away in the time it takes for law enforcement to get permission to search. Vehicles today are becoming more connected to drivers' mobile phones, drawing call logs, text messages, location history, contact lists, driving patterns, and more into the vehicle's infotainment and navigation system. All the police need is probable cause for a crime and a VIN number. However, in my research, I found out that now there are 5 automakers, GM, Ford, Stellantis, and Tesla. I don't know what Stellantis is. I've never heard of that. Stellantis and Tesla makers do require a warrant to provide location data to law enforcement, and only Tesla notifies. Does it say do require? Tesla do require a warrant to provide location to law enforcement, and only Tesla notifies auto owners about government demands. I bet Ms. Bowersox isn't aware of this. Remember, at this time, while the Supreme Court has determined that police need warrants to search information when it's on a mobile phone, the protection does not extend to the information when stored on the car's on the car's systems. The question is, does LE have this information, or are they looking the other way? Interesting. That is a good question. So 5 automakers do require warrants in order to turn over information, but the rest of the companies out there do not. The rest of the automakers do not. Hyundai does not. Kia does not, unless they fall under GM or Ford or Honda. I would have to look at that. Who makes Infinity? Well, Infinity has its own little system, so if they don't do it, they probably hand that stuff right over. Stellantis. Oh, it's Chrysler. Okay, great. Well, I'm glad we know. I didn't know that. I did hear that. That email is exactly right. Wow. Interesting. Wow, they can get around certain warrants by it. Wow. I think we learned that in Alec Murdaugh. I think we learned that they were able to get some stuff off. Maybe it wasn't his. Maybe it was somebody else's. I don't remember. So guys, we're already at 4:45. I thank you all for being here. I have a mess of work because I'm fighting with a fat cow, and I've got to get the fat cow's court papers over to her. I figured since she can always sit up there for hours on end bashing me and think that it's perfectly lawful and legal, maybe talking about her felony and her, I don't know how many times felon she is, but she couldn't even get a job at the local 7-Eleven. So why are we supporting her with thousands and thousands of dollars on this platform? I'll never understand. But she's a bully online. She's a bully offline. She's a criminal that chased down people, beat them up. And if she's got a problem with me saying it, tell her to sue me. Have a great day. God bless.